What's up, it's Tony back with another video. Today is day 27 of posting a video on YouTube every day until my YouTube channel pops off and I get a whole bunch of subscribers. So today we're going to start with sports. I just seen the Aces play Dallas Wings and the Aces lost. But the main thing about this game that I want to point out is A'ja is clearly the MVP. And I know I said this before, but she scored 42 points tonight and she carried that team. And she is clearly the MVP. Like, she's a killer. Like, if the person that's guarding her is too big, she's going to go by them. And if the person that's guarding her is too small, she's going to go right through them. So, it's no way to guard her. The only way you can guard her is you try to double her. And that's when she could use the other players on her team. The only thing with the other players on her team right now is that they're not playing consistently good. So even Jackie Young isn't playing that well. And she's not playing that well on defense neither. Like, the whole Aces team as a team, their defense is not good. Like, A'ja is getting a whole bunch of blocks and she's getting rebounds and she's the anchor on the defensive side. But nobody else is really helping her. Nobody is containing their man. Nobody is stopping anybody from scoring. And the Aces are not the same team that they used to be. Literally last year, they won the championship and everybody was playing well off each other. And I'm not saying that they won't win the chip this year because I still believe in them. And I think whoever they face the first round or in the playoffs at all is going to be a crazy matchup. But they're not the same team that they were last year. Last year, they were more in sync with each other. And there are good excuses for why they're not playing so well. Like, Chelsea Gray was out for a long period of time. Then she got back in, and now she has the ball a lot. And it kind of messed up how Jackie Young was playing because Jackie Young was playing point. So the dynamics changed, and that's understandable. But the defense is not understandable. They are not playing no defense. Like, everybody can go around them. Every team can score on them. And tonight, I wouldn't say that their defense was just terrible. I would say it wasn't good. But they were playing a team that is good. Dallas Wings are 8-22. But that record does not show how good that team is. Dallas was unhealthy for most of the beginning of the season. Satou Sabally wasn't playing, and other players were in and out of the team and the starting lineup. So now they're back healthy. They have all their players. Satou is back. Natasha Howard is back. Arike is there. Tierra McCowan is there. They have their starting five, and they play well together. And when Satou is healthy for the Dallas Wings, I don't know. I don't know many starting fives that are just better than the Dallas Wings. I don't know. Satou Sabally might be a top 10 player when she is healthy. She can score on all three levels. She is a good defender. She can pass. She can dribble. I don't know many players that are better than her in this league. Let's just go in her position. She's not better than Napheesa Collier. She's not better than Breanna Stewart. And she's not better than A'ja. And she's not better than A'ja. Those are the small forwards she is compared to. I don't know nobody after those three in her position that are just clearly better than her. Satou Sabally, when healthy, in my opinion, is a top 10 player in the W. And I don't think there's no conversation. I don't think there are a lot of people in the league that are better than her. And she plays defense. She's a two-way player for real. And her three is really, really good. Like, it's not a sometimes she makes a three, sometimes she misses. Like, the three is a consistent part of her game. I don't know too many people that are better than her. And the Dallas Wings, they're not going to make the playoffs. I doubt it. But if they were in the playoffs, they would be a hard out. The W is lucky that the Dallas Wings weren't healthy because it would be a lot of conversations that would need to be had. And the Dallas Wings, when healthy, might be a top 5 team in the league. Staying in sports, Colorado plays North Dakota Thursday, and I'm hyped for the game. Football is back. I'm hyped, and I want Colorado to win. I don't know about everybody else. Some people don't like Deion. I really don't understand why. But Deion is a good coach to me, bro. And he really cares about those kids. I fuck with Deion. And I root for Colorado. I want them to win. And I just like that football is back. To be honest, like, I was just happy for the news that Xavier Weaver, he used to be on Colorado last year. He made the Arizona Cardinal roster, and I was happy for him. It's just football is coming back. I like to see the Colorado's players win. And like I said, I believe that they're going to win 7 games. And if they don't, I'll dye my hair. I stand on that. That bet is not going nowhere. I'm standing on that. And I'm going to keep saying it as the season continues and as the season begins. So y'all know I'm not switching up. But if Colorado doesn't get 7 wins, I'm dyeing my hair. And I think they're going to get 7 wins. I think they might even get more. I like that Colorado team. Shedeur is great. Travis is great. Cameron Silman-Craig is great. Trevor Woods is great. BJ Green is great. They just have a lot of good players. And I like the team. I'm rooting for them to win. Staying in sports, did y'all hear that LeBron says Bronny can't call him dad while they're on the court?
What's your working relationship? Is he going to call you dad at practice in the locker room?
No, we already laid that. No, he can't. We already laid that down. He cannot call me dad in the workplace. At home, I could be dad. No, he got to call me like 2-3 or Bron.
Okay.
LeBron said Bronny can't call him dad. He has to call him 23 or Bron while they on the court and while they in practice. And the thing about that is, 1, it's funny. 2, I think it's just cool that LeBron really has his son on his team. Like, that's even a conversation to have, what you would call your pops. To me, that's fire. And your pops just being one of the greatest basketball players in the world, and you get to play on his team. I don't know. That's the type of problem I would love to have. Yo, what am I going to call my pops while we on the team? Because I don't want to call him dad in front of my teammates because they not going to respect me. They going to little bro me. So what am I going to call him? Yo, Bron. But then calling your pops Bron is disrespect. Nah. What would you call him? If your pops was LeBron and you on his team, would you call him 23 or Bron? Me, I'm sorry. I don't care what pops say, bro. I'm being like, yo, pops. Pops is valid. I'm not calling you dad because dad is too dad. But I'm not calling you Bron. Nigga, your name is not Bron. I've been calling you dad for fucking 20 years. I'm not about to call you Bron. And I'm not calling you a number. Like, no, pops. That's what I'm calling you. Everybody know that you my pops. Let's leave it at that. Lastly on sports, Angel Reese is going to be rich regardless if she's playing basketball or not. Angel Reese, she has the Reese's Pieces collab where she got merch with Reese's Pieces. Fire. Now she has a podcast coming out. And I'm going to be honest, I'm happy for her. I am happy for her. She gets to make her own narratives, and if the media is saying stuff about her, she can clap back on her podcast. I'm also happy because I want her to not only bring celebrities on the show, I want her to bring players from the W on to that stage because it promotes the W. And the thing about the W is that a lot of the players aren't marketable because you don't know a lot about them. So if they get on a platform, or if they have a platform that they could go on and talk about themselves and show their personalities, then you might like them. And then it won't be only one Angel Reese that everybody knows and everybody likes. There will be a number of them. You like the best player in the league, A'ja Wilson. If you really watch the game, you know that she's funny, she has charisma. But if you're an outsider or a casual, you just know that A'ja Wilson is good. Put A'ja Wilson on a platform where she really gets to talk about her game, like when she was on Paul George's podcast, or when she was on a podcast with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson. You see her personality, and then you be like, oh, I like this person. So I think it's great for the W. I've always said I think the W needs a podcast like The Pivot, like a homegrown W women's sports podcast where they could use it to push up players and promote their game, and also show that the women in the W are charismatic, they're funny, they're personable. I think it just helps the game more and moves it forward. So I'm happy for all of that. And outside of just a podcast, I think the W needs a broadcast that talks about W sports and what's going on in the league throughout the season. Because if it's nothing crazy, or if Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese's name is not in the news, ESPN is not talking about it. It will help promote the game. So I'm happy for Angel Reese, and I'm happy for it being a step in the right direction of the W being more marketable and the W having more promotion with them. I hope it all goes well for her. Lastly, we're going to talk about music. I recently seen 2 posts. I seen a post about YG's album sales, which were terrible. And I seen a post by Big Sean talking about he's releasing the album this weekend.
I'm excited. And that's one thing my mom said. She said, yo, get excited. Like, drop your album, is fire, you know? everyone around me keeps saying that. So it's dropping this week.
And I'm happy for him. I want him to release it, and I want it to do well. But in the video, he looks drained. He looks like he's burnt out. He looks like he's been trying to promote this album and do everything for this album to sell well, but it looks like he's over it at this point. Like, he keeps on talking about how his mom was a motivation for him to put it out, and everybody is saying it's good, which makes me think that he might not feel like it's finished or it's perfect yet. And of course, the artist is going to feel that way. They're going to be perfectionists, and they're going to be very sensitive with their work. So they're going to always want to make sure that it's the best work that they ever put out. But I'm just happy that he's putting the work out. And I think that he's a little scared. In my opinion, based on what I've seen, I think that he's scared of the reaction that it gets, because if it doesn't sell a lot, and I'm sorry, it just being a good album is not going to do anything for Big Sean's career. Let's just be honest. Big Sean creates good music. Big Sean doesn't have terrible albums, but his career is very stagnant. Like, he's just a coasting rapper. Like, he's a good rapper, but he just coasts. He's not pushing up to be in competition with none of the big three. He's not ever going to fall because he's better than everybody below him, but his rap career is stagnant. The only thing that changes that is if this is a phenomenal album and it does well sales-wise. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to do well sales-wise. I see people that are more popular than him right now, the people that make music that is more palatable to a lot of people, and I see them not selling a lot. So my prediction is that it doesn't sell really well. My original prediction was that it wouldn't go over 75,000. I think it might go lower for me. I think my prediction is that it doesn't go over 50. And I would really be happy to be wrong. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong. And that's why I started with the YG album sales and how they were terrible. Because YG, he's not in the same class as Big Sean, but he has enough notoriety for him and Big Sean to be in the same conversation. And YG only sold 8,000. And it just shows that nobody is selling right now. But it also highlights that sometimes the numbers do equal how good an album was. Because I tried to listen to the YG album, and it's a very hard listen. It's a very, very hard listen. To me, I don't like his style on the album. It's just very hard to listen to it. And if I'm being honest, after the first debut album, I don't feel like YG ever got back in that bag, like, fully of making a good piece of work. I feel like his style went just way left on, like, partying, and I don't really like the sound. So when I was into the album, it wasn't good. I didn't think that it was going to sell nothing crazy. Did I think it was going to sell 8K? Hell no. But it sold 8K. And what can I say? These albums aren't selling well, and they keep on proving my point that only the big names are going to sell those big numbers. I don't think Big Sean's album sales are going to go over 50,000, but if they do, I'm going to be happy for him. I realized with this podcast shit that I like being wrong. And I also like negative comments. I just like the discourse that it brings. I like positive comments too, but I just like the discourse and going back and forth, and like, I just like that. I just like the community that is being built. So I appreciate everybody that comments, likes, and subscribes. And I just appreciate everybody that gives me feedback. Even if this is trash right now, I know it's going to get better. And I don't think it's trash right now. I think it's good. I think this podcast is going to be a great podcast. And we did great in the month of August. But back to what I was saying about posting every day for 27 straight days. We just going to keep posting and feeding y'all content, because I believe that we're just going to keep climbing. We got 99 subscribers in the month of August, but the month of August isn't over. So we're going to get 100. And thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the discourse, the like, comment, and subscribing. And before I end it, let me just finish by saying I hope Big Sean's album does well. And I'm going to stay tuned to it. I hope you guys do as well. But thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And tell a friend to tell a friend. And it's Tony from the It's Tony podcast. See y'all next time.